Hey guys, this is a video I'm doing for Neza33. I believe he's interested in different Victorinox Swiss Army knives, and he had asked if I had any more. And although I've had many pass through my hands over the years, this is one that I didn't show that I still have. It's a Victorinox Fisherman. Obviously, you can see the fish inlay on the handle, kind of gives the model away. It's pretty cool. It's got a bunch of features I'll go over in just a minute. I do want to point out that I added a lanyard here. Does not come with the knife. To make this lanyard is pretty simple. Took some paracord and actually I didn't make this. I had gotten this from someone over at Candle Power Forums. I don't really remember their screen name, but I got a bunch of these real cheap. It's kind of cool. You just a simple stitch and it flattened the cord out, made a wide flat end, which kind of an interesting lanyard. But anyway, I will also point out that this tool is missing on both sides here. It's missing the tweezers and the toothpick that come with it. Okay, so I'm not going to go over those because I don't have them. Over the course of the years, I had lost them, but they do come with this model. So let's go over some of the functions. Obviously, you have your main blade here. Okay, then you have a smaller blade. Just like a lot of the larger models with a lot of functions, you have the large and small blade. I don't know the measurements offhand. I would probably say the small blade's about 1.5 inches. The large blade is probably, I would say, 2.5 inches. These are my guesstimations, but probably standard on if you have another large function or many function multi-tool like this, another Victorinox model that has both blades. They're probably the same blades, same size, same shape, everything. So you have the blades. Let me start on the other side here. Open these two up. Okay, one side you have a combination bottle opener, which I know everyone in the world knows how this works. But let's say here's your cap. You stick it this little nib at the bottom of the cap, lift up, opens your bottles. Beer that aren't like twist tops or sometimes soda, different kinds of brands of soda that come in a glass bottle. You need a pop top, but bottle opener is very handy. Obviously, a lot of people use that. The tip is a wide flathead screwdriver, and also this kind of strikes me as a little funny, but probably more of a marketing type thing. This little tiny notch, they put a little tiny notch in here, okay, and by doing that, they are able to call that a wire stripper. Yes, it'll work on wire. It'll strip wire, but only that one gauge. It's not all that helpful, but by just putting a little tiny notch in there, cutting a little notch out, they're able to give it a whole nother function. So obviously, it has some marketing advantages. Extremely low cost by cutting a little notch, but all of a sudden you got an extra function on the tool. Like I said, it is helpful, but you have to, by chance, be working with wire that fits that gauge. But it will work, you know, so I don't want to knock it too bad, but like I said, I find that a little funny to be able to say it's a whole nother, like to say overall this is such and such, like 14 function, or the difference between a 14 and a 13 function knife, just because of that little notch. Just, I don't know, something makes me laugh. But anyway, not to put down, you know, like I said, the knife itself is great. It just, something like that just kind of makes me laugh. But the next tool here is a combination can opener, and this can opener works great. Sometimes I'll use this over the regular kitchen can opener where you crank, just because sometimes the cranking is a little annoying. So I'll use this and just pop around the can. Very easy, very functional. Great if you go camping, if you bring canned food, stuff like that. It's good to have. And then I say combination because the tip is also squared off for a small screws, flathead screws or small to medium Phillips head screws. So that's that side. Let's see what else we got in here. We have these scissors. These are actually, obviously scissors in general are very handy. You can see these have kind of a gummy gunk on it. At some point I probably cut tape, and that's kind of glue from the tape, which I will be cleaning right after this video now that I just noticed that. It bothers me. But anyway, by the way, a little tip: if you have gunk like that, tape gunk, obviously if you're familiar with Gouger, that stuff works great. You can get that at Lowe's or Home Depot. But what works really simply, most people have, is lighter fluid. Lighter fluid or rubbing alcohol. It'll eat through glue, pretty easily, and you can wipe down stuff like that, without much trouble. But I like these scissors are actually kind of a little larger than most Victorinox scissors. When you get into a larger model like this, obviously you get a little bit larger scissors, but working with these are a lot easier than working with, say, the scissors in a classic. But also, great tool. Scissors, obviously, self-explanatory, pretty useful tool. The next tool, which is the last one on this side, is what makes this a Fisherman. Obviously, this tool is made just for fishing. There's three different functions in this tool. You have the scaler, okay, fish scaler. Then you have a small ruler, which measures on this side 3 inches and on the other side 7 centimeters. Okay, and then the very tip is kind of forked, and they call this tool a fish hook gouger, which basically means that you can use this tool to assist in getting the hook unhooked from the fish's mouth. Which I usually just use pliers to do. I never actually use this, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I might try that next time I go fishing, just to see if it works. I never really use this tool for that. But anyway, that's what kind of makes this the Fisherman, the main tool that's fishing, made just for fishing. But anyway, flipping this over on the other side, you have 3 tools. Okay, you have this kind of awl. I don't really remember the specific name of this tool. I know a lot of people, you might be watching this and you're like, oh yeah, I know what that is, that's blah blah blah. I don't really remember it, but I know you can use, there's the hole here you can use for sewing. You feed your thread through there, I guess, and use this as a kind of a sewing tool. You can use this to punch a hole in a belt, make a new hole in a belt if you needed to. Anyway, I don't really remember the name of that. So, anyway, moving on. The next tool here. This is pretty cool. This is good for carrying stuff. It's kind of hard if you kind of grip your knife like this. You can use this in carrying, let's say, well, for fishing purposes, you might want to carry your chain full of fish. Let's say you chained them up and you're bringing your catch home. You just kind of hook the end of the chain on there and you can carry it like that. Okay, it's comfortable. And this has a very good breaking strength. It's something a couple 100 pounds, I think, or maybe a little over 100 pounds in force that would take this to actually fail or break. Very good. A lot of people talk about for me, in other words, doing the mail, because I'm a postal employee. This is good in carrying. Sometimes we have big bulk stacks of newspapers and flyers and stuff, and they're tied up with string or sometimes plastic straps. So although I don't use this for this, it'd be great to kind of just hook that little string or strap and use this to carry it rather than using your fingers to carry it, which is a little uncomfortable. So this tool can be used similar in that way. And then, of course, the last tool is a Phillips head screwdriver. Pretty basic. I don't know if I have to go over this. You probably shouldn't be watching this video because you don't know what's going on. But anyway, I shouldn't have said that. I don't want to be mean, but come on, Phillips head screwdriver. I don't really have to explain it. But that's the Victorinox Fisherman. It's a pretty cool model. Obviously, it's this one tool made just for fishing. Besides this, it's got all functions you can use pretty much anywhere. It's actually, minus this tool, it's a great urban knife to use in an urban environment. The scissors, the screwdriver. Obviously, can opener stuff you don't have to use in an urban environment. I would think, for the most part, you don't have to. It's more so for camping, because you probably already have a can opener in whatever kitchen you're in. But it's a great knife. Very cool model. I'm not sure if they still make this model. I don't want to say they do because I haven't researched it, but I can tell you that it's very nice. I've had this for years. Served me well. So Neza 33. I hope that was what you were looking for, and it was a little informative, and I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for your time.